So by no means do I want the title of this video to be misconstrued. I don't think anybody in the business world has the secret to success, but I have been in the business world for a long time, as well as my father, as well as my grandfather, owning small businesses. And I can assure you one thing, a man's word is about the only thing that you have that you can't repurchase or rebuy. And that's taken us a long way in this industry. A lot of people look at our inventory, and a lot of people are just discovering us because we sell stuff worldwide. But we've had people, not so much local, but maybe in Maryland or North Carolina or bordering states, say, damn, where'd this guy come from? Because they just saw a Facebook post, or they saw an Instagram post, or they watched a YouTube video and said, damn, how'd this guy do this? How'd he jump out here with all this inventory? But I can assure you, we have been on a steady growth pattern for 47 years. My father started with a really small business and organically grew it. And what does that mean? Well, he wasn't riding around in Lamborghinis and Ferraris and sports cars. He was putting the money back into the business, as well as what we still do today. And don't get me wrong, we do enjoy the fruits of our labors, but we do still reinvest into the business constantly. And if you don't do that in this business world, I can assure you, if you just bottle yourself up in debt, you will not go anywhere. And why am I taking the time to make this video? Well, my dad, he was very, very big about mentoring people. He had multiple dealers that would come and sit down with him all the time and just chit chat and ask for advice, or get themselves in a problem and ask for a way out, or something to that effect. Well, I always took it as, damn, why are we giving our competition secrets or theories or whatever? And my dad said, if you're good at what you do, you stand behind your word, he said, you don't have to worry about it. You'll have plenty of business. And that sunk in, and that's gone a long way with me over the years. And of course, we've had a ton of businesses pop up that have emulated what we do, copycat, whatever you want to say. And when I say that, I don't think there is a business that does what we do that's been around 40 plus years. Maybe there is one out there somewhere, but most of the guys that got on the lifted truck kick or tow truck kick or commercial vehicle kick or whatever it is said, damn, this guy's doing it, why can't I? Well, that's business. And who wouldn't want to do better in business and see somebody that is doing well and copycat it? But we've also seen probably 75% of those businesses fail, and we don't take glamour in it and laugh about it. And we have people make small jokes about, oh, that guy didn't last very long, did he? But it's unfortunate, because most of the time there's a story that goes along with it, and most of the time it's financial, but sometimes it's ego, sometimes it's poor management. I've seen guys get hooked on drugs. I mean, this is a crazy world and a crazy business. Divorces happen, no matter what. But anyway, in this business, if you keep to your word, you will have steady clientele base. If you continue to grow your business organically, you will have future business. You will have inventory. You might not have future business, but you'll at least have inventory. You keep your head straight, stay motivated. Ask yourself, if something comes up, does this move me towards the greater good or away from the greater good? Meaning, hey, does making this video have good content, or does it have negative content? Or it's just several things. If you're trying to get in shape and you see a donut, you say, damn, should I eat that donut? Does that donut make you closer to your goal or further away from your goal? It's kind of simple logic. But we've been very, very blessed. We've got a great customer base. It has continued to grow to worldwide sales. not every day, you know, we don't sell something to another country every day, but I would say once every couple months we have something that goes out of the country. Almost every day we have something that goes out of state. We do continually change our inventory base, just according to supply and demand in most cases. We're developing businesses inside of our businesses, you know, boat sales. We don't have boats sitting here on site, but Davis Water Sports is our boat division, and we do a lot of boat sales all over the country. We're not a big guy as far as that goes, but we do carry boats that, you know, are anywhere from $50,000 to $500,000 to $1 million. Most of them are direct sales or direct builds. Of course, our commercial division, the off-road shop, which my brothers run, has been at it for a long time, and we do work all over the country as well there. And again, just keeping your head in the game, not over and embellishing. You know, again, if you have a good month, that's great. You know, if you have a good year, that's even better. But you know, a lot of the guys we see, you know, they're riding around in the fancy sports cars and basically, you know, sitting at home playing video games or going golfing, and that's fun. You got to have a life as well, but you just have to also realize, you know, sometimes we pick up a sale because the next guy was out golfing and he didn't answer his phone. It's a very impulse world, and that's a very true statement. We've had 2 sales this month alone where our competitors had a vehicle for sale. The people wanted to buy it and they wouldn't answer the phone. And one guy called back and he literally said, "Oh man, sorry, I was off yesterday playing golf." And he was like, "Well, I found a truck and I went and bought it," you know. So the guy came back to pick up his tags and some paperwork and told us that story, which was kind of humorous. And the other guy said that he was, you know, doing something, goofing off, and he was like, he was really appreciative that we answered the phone. We responded to his email. We had the product in stock. That was what it was. The guy, after calling him back on a Monday, he bought a truck with us on a Saturday. Another guy called him back and he didn't even have the product. And this guy was getting ready to travel halfway across the country for a truck that wasn't even in stock, but the guy had it advertised showing it was in stock. But when we advertise something, it is in stock. And if it's not here, or if it's off-site, or it's, you know, getting service work done, we'll be very clear to tell you. But if you see it on my website, it is here and it is available, unless somebody tells you differently. So anyway, hope this video may help some people. If not, no big deal, but that's our little bit of give back that we can do for, you know, people that, you know, might sit back and say, "Damn, why am I not doing good?" or "Why is my business not succeeding?" Or I don't think anybody has the secret to success, or everybody would be doing it. Everybody's business is different. Everybody runs their business differently. But, you know, when you look at a lot of these car dealer guys and social media influencers and YouTube influencers, they've all got their own little gig, and that's great. It's funny, we get some comments when we do some stuff, you know, like, "Oh, so-and-so did that years ago." Well, you know, there's some things we did 40 years ago. You know, some of those guys weren't even alive back then. My dad had some of the very first lifted trucks. He had some of the very first sports cars and hot rods and other things, and, you know, they were for sale, but he had some pretty impressive stuff over the years. You know, if you look back at some of our old photos we post, you know, he had some trucks that were 1 year old, 2 year old, some cool old square bodies, some big block short bid Chevys, some Firebirds and Trans Ams and things that were back then very impressive. But, you know, he had 2 of them, he had 3 of them, you know, it wasn't a big inventory. So and when you ask, like, "Oh, so-and-so's got a Lambo," or "So-and-so's got a Maserati," well, those trucks are $100,000 to $150,000 each. So there's our Lambo, there's our Lambo, there's our Lambo, there's our Maserati, there's our Ferrari, times 300. So, you know, if you put your money back into the business, it might not look as cool, but I can assure you, liquid assets and inventory that's available is a very, very, very important thing, because if you don't have it, you can't sell it. I appreciate you watching today. click and subscribe. We'll bring you some stuff that's a little bit less boring.